why the heck would you go out of your way to follow us to Hawaii like this? It's kinda cringe. I get it's probably appealing to sponge off your big brother. He is a doctor who made a success of his life, after all, unlike some. But me and Harold are getting married soon, and we don't need you inviting yourself into our private lives. You're going to have to stop sponging off us. This really can't go on. At this point, how are you any better than a parasite living in a cat's intestine? Huh? Julia, where did this come from all of a sudden? Are you seriously calling me a sponging parasite? Hooray! Well done, you can read. Yes, I am, and that goes for your sniveling leech of a father, too. Huh? How is my dad a leech? How is he not? I mean, really, you think that just because your brother Harold is a doctor, you think that gives you the right to come with us on our honeymoon to Hawaii? What's worse, Harold was the one who invited you, wasn't he? Basically, that means he'll be paying for you, doesn't it? You really landed on your feet this time. Yeah, he did tell me that he didn't mind covering my flight and hotel fees. Exactly. If that doesn't make you a parasite, then what the hell does? You're the most despicable, shameless parasite there ever was. Harold should start taking medication to get rid of you. This is why people raised by single parents are a blight on humanity and should be eradicated. You've lived your whole life relying on the good nature and sympathy of others. You probably learned to behave that way from your father when you saw him living off government handouts, didn't you? Things learned from such an early age in childhood are hard to shake, so unfortunately, you'll probably never change. I'd appreciate it if you didn't insult my dad, Julia. Also, you're dead wrong. He never received government handouts, not even once. It's incredibly rude to insult people from single-parent households like that. And the idea that they're leeches and parasites because of their parents is just... Well, Julia, to be honest with you, it's disgusting. I have no intention of leeching off of anyone. This is Harold's way of thanking our dad for all of his hard work and tireless dedication in raising us. He wanted to give him a present he'd never forget, so he invited us both. There's really nothing more to it than that. Besides, I can assure you we don't intend on getting in your way on your honeymoon. It was your idea to do both the wedding and honeymoon in Hawaii, right? What were we supposed to do, not come to your wedding? Julia, you mind if I ask you something? Why do you hate me and my dad so much? You want the truth? Because you're an eyesore and your existence is a nuisance to me. That goes for your dad, too. An eyesore? Our existence is a nuisance? Do you seriously mean that? Obviously I mean it. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I worked so hard and finally managed to bag myself a high-spec guy with a well-paying job and a nice car. How was I to know he was raised by a goddamn single father? I mean, seriously, who follows their son on his honeymoon? And neither of you are wanted here. The fact that Harold is paying for the both of you to come just adds insult to injury. I feel so betrayed. You couldn't make it any more obvious how broke you are. You're both parasites leeching off my Harold, the doctor, the only successful member of your family. I gotta tell you, Zara, having to look after a pair of leeches like you two is gonna be a major downside of marrying him. Isn't calling us parasites and leeches crossing the line? There are some things you just don't say to people. I'll have you know, me and my dad aren't broke at all. Hasn't my brother told you? To be honest, I'd rather watch paint dry than listen to Harold talk about his family, so even if he did mention it, it probably went straight in one ear and out the other. So the answer is no, I don't know what the crap you're talking about. Why would I want to hear him drone on about a pair of broke losers? If I took sympathy on you, you'd only start begging for money from me too. Sadly, that's just how people from single-parent households are. Isn't there a single part of you that thinks you might be crossing a line here? Julia, you do realize me and you are going to be family soon, right? Would it really kill you to try and get along with me? I'd love to have a proper conversation with you, so won't you set aside those misguided prejudices and level with me? I'm not holding it against you. It seems fashionable to spew hatred and bigotry these days. You see it on social media and in the news all the time, so it's not surprising that people would start to believe it. But if you let me explain, I'm sure you'll understand those things aren't true.
Uh-huh.
Oh, do forgive me, dear. Your incessant whining sent me to sleep. Come on, Zara, let's be real here. You work as a receptionist at a hospital, don't you? Huh? Sure I do. Why? Pathetic. Your salary must be super low, right? Some of my friends, or acquaintances I should say, are losers just like you, so I'm familiar with the sad reality on the ground. The daughter of a single dad, the hotel receptionist. I couldn't make it sound any more tragic if I tried. Losers? Tragic? I've weighed out the pros and cons of becoming friends with you, but my calculations tell me there would be nothing but disadvantages. Why should I make the effort to get along with you? What's in it for me? I'm not sure how exactly I'm supposed to answer that. The fact you seem to view friendship as some kind of business transaction is messed up to begin with. Anyway, Harold invited me and my dad to the wedding, so we're going to come. If the idea of Harold covering our travel expenses is so reprehensible to you, then we don't mind paying ourselves. Don't worry, you won't have to do anything. I'll pass the message on to my brother and this whole thing will be ironed out in a jiffy. Yes, please do that. Fine, in that case, I'll allow it. But you and that good-for-nothing daddy of yours better make sure you're on your best behavior. Our best behavior? What's that supposed to mean? It's patently obvious I despise peasant scum like you. If Harold gets the idea that me and his family don't get along before the wedding, it wouldn't be surprising if it made him sad, would it? Sure, I guess it wouldn't. So you're thinking of Harold in your own way, then? What kind of ridiculous question is that? Of course I am. Do you really think I'd do anything to mess up this marriage after I worked so hard to bag myself a doctor? There's nothing I won't do to keep Harold, sweetie. Wow, you seem more pleased about the idea of marrying a doctor than you do about marrying my brother. Is that part just incidental? Whatever, let's not carry on with this. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't seriously worried and anxious about this whole thing now, but okay, understood. Hey, Harold, I just got done talking with Pops. It's about the wedding vacation to Hawaii. We're thinking of covering our own expenses. Dad said he doesn't mind.
What? Are you joking? Come on, sis. Let me at least pay for you guys this time. Why would you spring this on me all of a sudden? You know I don't mind covering everything.
Well, we just thought it seemed unreasonable for you to foot the entire bill. Trips to Hawaii don't exactly come cheap, right? You and Julia are about to get married. Surely there are a bunch of other things you'll be needing to spend money on. There's no need to overdo it.
I'm not overdoing it at all. Besides, I'm super grateful to Dad, and this was supposed to be my way of saying thanks. It's not Julia's money, if that's what you think. I plan on covering all of you guys' expenses myself. She knows all about it and doesn't mind at all, so if that's what you're worried about, then you don't need to be.
That's not the impression I got.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Just what kind of person is Julia? She really doesn't seem to think too highly of us for being raised in a single-parent household. Haven't you told her about Dad?
I did tell her, but I kinda got the impression she wasn't listening. But yeah, of course I told her. It's connected to my job after all.
Right? That's what I thought. Well, in that case, I guess she really wasn't listening. It's super important, but she seems to be completely oblivious.
What's this about Zara? Did Julia say something to you? Why do I get the feeling you're beating around the bush? If she said anything weird or out of line to you, then I want to know about it. To be honest, listen, Zara, this conversation never leaves this chat, okay? The truth is, I've been having second thoughts about the marriage myself.
Huh? Second thoughts? Why? But weren't you supposed to be officially registering the marriage soon? Isn't it next week?
I decided to postpone it a little. Some things happened.
Some things? Like what? Hey, Julia, are you there? We just landed at the airport in Hawaii. But the hotel taxi that was supposed to be arranged for us hasn't shown up. You were the one who booked it, right? Oh my God, did you actually come? What kind of question is that? Of course we did. Jeez, I didn't think you'd actually show up. How is it possible you didn't realize you're not welcome here? Learn to take a hint. I was so sure you'd get the message. I canceled your hotel reservation. Whoa, wait a sec. What the hell? You canceled the hotel? Why would you do something like that without even telling us? Isn't it obvious? Because a pair of broke peasants like you aren't wanted in a luxury establishment like that. You'll spoil the atmosphere. You can sleep on the streets like the flea-ridden dogs you are. Julia, you need to cut this crap out right now. Me and my dad came to Hawaii to be at yours and Harold's wedding. Why would you do this to us? Why ask obvious questions? Because you're from a single-parent household, duh. I take it your mom divorced your dad because he didn't make the grade as a man. It's so tragic. We can't have you killing the vibe at the wedding. There's no smoke without fire, and there's no divorce without a reason. Your dad looks like the kind of low IQ, mediocre moron who'd get dumped. What the... Julia, do you really not know? You know what? I'm not going to even entertain you. Nobody, and I mean nobody, talks about my family like that. You went too far this time. Canceling the hotel behind our backs would have been bad enough on its own, but now this? You are not coming on our vacation to Hawaii on my husband's dime. We have no money for you single-parent household scum. Hurry up and go home. Fine, we'll go home. Never contact me again. Are you sure that's what you want? Something tells me you'll end up regretting this in a big way before long. Regret? Don't be so ridiculous. If this means I can finally get rid of the two no-good waste of space broke losers who've been plaguing my life with their existence since me and Harold got engaged, I'll consider myself lucky. So you did this just because you wanted to get rid of us, huh? Well, Julia, be careful what you wish for. That's all I'll say for now. You're not even worth the time it would take for me to write out a message explaining why you're so hateful and twisted. I actually planned on breaking things off with you too, so this works out perfectly. Quit whining at me and disappear, you worthless gutter-crawling peasant. Goodbye, Julia. I hope you rot in hell. Zara, where are you right now? This is urgent. I'll send your hotel taxi to the airport immediately. Is that where you are? Can you come to the hotel now? This is an emergency. Don't worry about your reservation. I'll book you in with reception before you get here. I'll see to it you get the best room in the hotel. Don't bother. We already decided to go home. You've changed your tune, huh? What happened? Just a few hours ago, you were ordering me and my dad to go home and insulting us with every name under the sun. I realized I was wrong. I made a mistake. I had no idea Harold would be so mad with me. I've never seen him like that before. This is the first time he ever got mad with me since we met. He totally lost it. I felt like I was talking to a different person all of a sudden. It's not surprising he'd be mad at you. He wanted to thank our dad for everything he's done by treating him to a luxury vacation to Hawaii. But then you tried to send us home in secret behind his back. Well, don't worry, Julia, because you got your wish. Me and my dad are going to enjoy Hawaii for a while before going home, just the two of us. We won't be in attendance at the wedding. Why? Because we're opposed to you getting married. Huh? You're opposed to the marriage? Where did this nonsense come from all of a sudden? Have you been drinking or something? Don't be ridiculous. Are you seriously going to pretend you don't know? You look down your nose at me and my dad with absolute contempt and disdain. You insult us by calling us every hurtful name under the sun. You even make fun of the circumstances that led to him becoming a single dad in the first place. You treat us like dirt on the bottom of your shoe, and what's worse, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. You're even more detached than reality than I thought if the fact that we're opposed to the wedding after being subjected to all of that is a surprise. Don't be silly, Zara. You will come back, won't you? Surely we can talk this through like mature, responsible adults. If you don't, Harold will be upset. Do you want to hurt your brother? Is that it? I know you're not so black-hearted that you'd intentionally upset Harold, so stop this nonsense at once and get back here. I'm the same. I care about him too, and it would break my heart to see him down in the dumps because of the actions of his selfish sister. Quit trying to guilt-trip me, Julia. Of course I don't want to see Harold upset, but you clearly have no idea about what my brother wants. Me and you are not the same. What's that supposed to mean? You married my brother for his money, right? He's a doctor, which of course is a very prestigious, high-earning job. That money and prestige is really all you were after, isn't it? Cut the crap. You couldn't give a crap about my brother because you're not with him for him. You're with him for his money. You just realized you screwed up and you're desperately squirming to try and worm your way out of the mess you've made. What? What a load of nonsense. I've never heard anything so absurd in my life. No way, you know that's not true. Me and Harold are getting married because we love each other. I'm his treacle tart and he's my sugar dumpling, you imbecile. I promise you, you are most definitely not his sugar dumpling. Besides, what kind of cringy nickname is that? What? Yes, I am. I am. Why are you saying this stuff? Because if you genuinely loved Harold, would you really insult our dad, who he loves very much, and who worked, toiled, and sacrificed to raise us both into the people we are today? You do realize my brother was raised in the same household as me, right? Making fun of me and my dad, insulting us, looking down your nose at us with hatred and contempt means you were doing the exact same thing to my brother. How do you not understand that? Well, that was, never my intention. Harold's amazing, after all. He worked super hard to get himself into medical school through self-study and became a doctor entirely through discipline, persistence, and sheer force of will. He earns a handsome salary as a doctor now, so he has nothing to do with your single-father household anymore. Harold got to where he is through hard work. Our dad's the director of the hospital Harold works at. Huh? That's not all. Our mom died of terminal cancer when me and Harold were young. What the hell was all that crap about her divorcing my dad for not making the grade as a man? How can you speak so confidently on things you know absolutely nothing about? What's even crazier is that Harold actually told you, but you clearly weren't listening. I don't want anything more to do with some kind of scumbag who takes sick pleasure in making fun of and insulting my family. No. Just wait a second, please, Zara. Hang on a sec. Did Harold tell me about that? I don't know whether you remember, but there's no way Harold wouldn't tell someone so important to him about our family's story. Anyway, he told me all about you. About how you're constantly glued to your phone, never putting it down, even when you go to the toilet or take a shower. You're so obsessed with it, you don't even listen to my brother when he speaks to you. That's why he's been having second thoughts about the marriage for a long time. Whoa, what? Second thoughts about the marriage? No way, you're lying! Something tells me you've had this coming for a long time. This was just the straw that broke the camel's back. This should probably go without saying, but our dad's vehemently opposed to the wedding, too. How about you just accept you were in the wrong, give up, and move on? This whole thing will be a lot easier for all of us that way. Give up? On what? What's that supposed to mean? On your plan to marry my brother so you can exploit him for his money. It's not like you can even get married now anyway. Don't talk crap, woman. Like hell I'm giving up on Harold. He's my fiancé and I love him. We are getting married and we won't let you stand in our way. Stop talking nonsense. Sure, fine, I admit it. My judgments about your dad may have been a little wide of the mark. I mean, hospital director? Wow, I had absolutely no idea. That's funny because my brother told you very clearly. How about you start listening to him for a change? Okay, deal. I promise I'll be more attentive to him in the future. I admit I must not have been listening too because I don't remember that at all. I jumped to the wrong conclusion when I assumed your mom divorced your dad for being a loser. I also accept that I said some rude, unacceptable things to you based on that misunderstanding. Please, will you give me a chance to apologize? I'm really sorry. See? I apologized. You must see how serious I am now. Surely you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I swear, I'll never try and kick you out of anything again, too. You can even come to the wedding. You have my blessing. So just come back, will you? Like, right now? Swearing on it isn't going to change anything now, Julia. The marriage is already off and there is no going back for you. Me and my dad have precisely 0 reason to come and see you. No, Zara, stop it. Don't say things like that. You're family, and I'd love for you to be at mine and Harold's wedding. Oh, please come back. I'll apologize again when I see you in person, I promise. I'll apologize for everything. I'm begging you. Won't you please come back? Were you planning on using my brother's bank cards to go on a wild spending spree after you got married too? Like you have been doing all this time? On what planet do you think it's acceptable to spend your husband's money without even consulting him first? You do realize there's a case to make for it being a criminal offense, right? Huh? How? You're not even married yet, but you've been buying all sorts of things with my brother's bank card behind his back, haven't you? The attempted purchase of a $10,000 hair and makeup set triggering his bank security is what brought it to his attention. That one didn't go through, but when he checked his transaction history, he saw you've been spending his money behind his back on the most exorbitant, wasteful things possible for months. He's been having second thoughts about the marriage ever since. He was just waiting for the right time to confront you about it because he's so kind. We're done here. Or rather, we'll be done once you've paid my brother back every cent of his money that you spent. Make sure he gets his money, Julia, or there will be hell to pay. Hang on a sec, what the hell are you talking about, you delusional woman? Harold is my fiancé, and we're getting married soon. What's wrong with me using his bank card? We're going to spend the rest of our lives together, you moron. We'll inevitably end up making a joint account once we get married, so why should I wait? My spending is Harold's spending. There's just one small problem with that. You didn't ask for his permission. At the point you went on a spending spree with his money behind his back, your actions transcended the realm of marriage or engagement and entered the realm of crime. Anyway, your protests are in vain because my brother just messaged me saying the wedding's off. So would you quit harping on at me already? He said he's going to come home with me and my dad. Huh? What? What? And where the hell does that leave me? What am I supposed to do without Harold? Well, that's a good question. I guess you may as well start by enjoying the rest of your vacation before you have to fly home and face the hellish reality you've created for yourself. Not that it has anything to do with us. You're free to do as you please. Oh my God, no. Zara, please, don't even say things like that. Where did Harold go? I can't find him anywhere. Do you know where he is? Where is my sugar dumpling? Let me guess, you weren't paying attention again? Were you playing on your phone when he told you, just like always? Huh? Of course I'm on my phone. How could I not be when you're bombarding me with this crap? I do recall Harold mumbling something to me under his breath before he left. If it was so important, why didn't he make sure I heard him? You really are unreal. Your life is so over. It seems like you didn't hear a word my brother told you before he left, so allow me to pass on the message. The engagement is off. Harold also paid your entire family's travel expenses, so he'll be sending you a bill for all of it as a cancellation fee. Did you really not hear any of this when he told you? He said that? Oh my God. Where is he? He isn't answering my messages or calls. Where the hell did he run off to? He probably got sick and tired of you never listening to him. Besides, he has no obligation to reply to your messages or answer your phone calls anymore. The engagement is off, after all. You and him are nothing but strangers now. The same goes for me and you. I'm actually grateful that you launched into your hateful assault against me and my dad because thanks to that, we saw your true colors. Can you imagine if you'd have kept your mouth shut and managed to lie and deceive your way into the marriage? I wouldn't wish a wife as crazy as you on my worst enemy. Jeez, talk about dodging a bullet. Dodging a bullet? Actually, I think he's making the biggest mistake of his life. And hey, how am I crazy? You don't know how crazy you are? The fact you can still act so crazy for so long and still not realize you're crazy is crazy in and of itself. Hey, quit being so mean to me. What the hell? Besides, me and Harold didn't even break up, and you're talking about the engagement being off? Bullcrap. Zara, please, can't me and you just try and get along? Surely it's not too late for us to give our best shot at making this friendship work. Friendship? Do you seriously think I'm interested in a friendship with the kind of low-life scumbag who'd insult my family? You even made fun of me for working as a hotel receptionist, for crying out loud. You literally insulted me in every way possible. Not only that, but you started spending like a maniac behind Harold's back using his bank cards the moment the marriage was decided. You quit your job because you were so damn self-assured my brother would be paying for you to exist for the rest of your life, didn't you? You can insult me for working on reception all you like, but at least I have a job. At least I make my own money. I wouldn't dream of abusing someone's trust by using their card without their permission. No, it wasn't like that. I didn't mean to abuse his trust. But please, Zara, he wasn't just someone. He was my fiancé. I thought it was okay because we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. My credit cards were already maxed out and the bank wouldn't let me spend anymore. Oh, look, excuses, and more excuses. Is that the best you've got? Whatever, what do I care? The engagement's already off, and you spending the rest of your life with Harold is clearly no longer an option. Do us all a favor and stay away from us. Never try to contact us again under any circumstances. Do I make myself clear? You made fun of our dad because you thought our mom abandoned him for being a loser. How ironic that the only one being abandoned is you. You might want to start looking for a job so that you can start paying off some of that debt you're in. Your time might be more wisely spent on job hunting instead of making fun of hospital receptionists. Has everything settled down on your end? I know work can get crazy hectic for you at the best of times without having all of that crap to deal with.
Nah, it's fine. Actually, I feel like I owe you an apology. You went out of your way to go to Hawaii for my wedding, only to end up being subjected to that.
It's fine, really. Me, you, and Dad got like a day and a half of vacation in, so it was totally worth it in the end. I'm not even kidding. I really enjoyed myself. We never get to see each other as a family like that, so it really meant a lot. I'm glad I went.
I'm so pleased to hear you say that.
Anyway, what's the situation with Julia? Do you think she'll pay you your money back?
I doubt I'd ever see a cent of it for as long as I lived, if it was only Julia I was dealing with. But thankfully, her parents are decent, respectable people with their heads screwed on properly. They apologized to me, actually. They said they'll see to it that Julia pays me back the cancellation fees from the wedding and honeymoon, as well as the compensation for spending all the money behind my back.
Phew, I'm super pleased to hear that. Thank God we saw her true colors before you got married. That's all I can say.
I'm glad you reached out to me before I made that mistake, Zara. If you didn't, who knows? I might have avoided giving the whole thing the thought that it deserved and dived headfirst into the biggest mistake of my life, if not for you.
You're too kind, Harold. That's your problem. Do you promise me to be a little more assertive from now on?
Man, did my little sister just tell me to be more assertive? Ha, I guess that leaves me no choice. Listen, Zara, thanks. If you ever need anything, I'm here.
You betcha. That goes for you too. We're the only siblings we have, so we have to have each other's backs. Let's arrange something nice for Dad to show him how grateful we are. There's nothing more important than family. After Harold broke off the engagement, Julia's parents exploded in anger at her with the rage of 1,000 suns, and apparently sent her off to a relative's factory for a stint of hard manual labor. Last I hear, she's currently being worked to the bone to come up with the money she owes my brother. As for Harold himself, he doesn't have time to feel down because he's so busy with work. As always, our amazing dad's constantly looking out for us. Me and Harold are going to throw him a surprise party soon to let him know how much we appreciate him. Let your loved ones know you appreciate them too, folks. Hey, Francine, I need to talk to you about something. I've just heard something through the grapevine. Are you seriously moving back into your parents' house? Do you realize that where you're moving to isn't your parents' house anymore? It's my house. So, since when were you allowed to move in? Oh, Zena, hello. I wasn't expecting you to message me today. Well, I've already talked to my mom and my brother about this, so they aren't changing their minds. Right, I should have known they wouldn't be honest. It's because they're too nice and say yes to you for anything you ask, but I'm not that naive. I'm not going to make it easy for you to move into this house. I already know you're going to ruin everything. I don't know what you're on about, Zena. Me moving in doesn't change the fact that it's my parents' house. I understand this may be unpleasant for you, since we don't really know each other very well and we're practically strangers, but my mom and brother were so kind to offer, I wanted to return home. Of course, while I'm there, I'll be looking for a new house to live in. It's only going to be for a limited amount of time, so don't worry so much about it. There is no way that I'm going to let this happen. Like I said before, this isn't your parents' house anymore. It's my house. I don't want a stranger in my house. Are you trying to destroy the happy life I've made here with my husband? I bet that you are. I wouldn't put it past you. But you hardly know me, Zena, so you shouldn't accuse me of such things. I know that we'll all be living together. But you've got to realize that this is still my parents' house, even though it's been renovated. You can't just turn around and say that it's yours. I can and I will. Kurt went to all that trouble to construct a new house, and now that you decided to move in is throwing my life path off. I didn't think that you'd be coming back here after getting your divorce. You should have fought harder for your own apartment. A thing like this shouldn't happen. I thought that once the house was rebuilt that there would be fewer people around from now on. Why do I have to live with you? Even now, I can hardly live the way I want, and then you're going to move in all your crap, and it's going to be so suffocating. But even though you say that, Zena, it's still not your house. When it's my family who lives there, you just moved in. Anyway, I don't want to even have to admit to myself that you're invading my personal space. You're not allowed to come into this house, Francine. Why on earth are you divorcing your husband anyway? Did you just decide on a whim that you don't love him anymore? You're supposed to stay loyal to him. Don't you see how embarrassing it is that you're divorcing the only man who wanted to be with you and then move back in here? What's happening with my husband has got nothing to do with you, Zena. It's a private matter, and I'll talk about it when I'm ready. It's something that the whole entire world doesn't need to know about, even you. So would you stop interfering with my business? Oh, I see. Well, I guess you're wanting to remain a stranger to me. Well, that's on you if you don't trust me. This is why I'm not allowing you in my house. It's a bit too late to tell me this, Zena. I'm moving back in tomorrow whether you like it or not. If you really despise me being there, then talk to my brother. Look, this is only going to be a temporary situation. I'm going to get back on my feet as soon as I possibly can. Then I'll be out of your hair. I know that something like this is impossible for you to understand, but can we just get along while I live there, please? I'll see you tomorrow, Zena. Well, this is such a shame, Francine. Even though you're moving into the house today, your plan on moving has been canceled. I don't want you here. Huh? Why are you still going on about this for? What are you talking about? What have you done this time, Zena? I need to move in today. Well, the moving trucks just started to pull up to the house before, but I'm not going to allow this to happen, so I canceled their services. What the heck, Zena? Why on earth would you do that? Where's my stuff going to then if you sent the trucks away? I told them that all your things need to go back to your old house, and I told them to move everything back inside. Haven't you heard from them yet? I didn't have any reception until now. What the heck, Zena? Why are you doing this to me? You can't just do something like that without my permission. Don't you know how expensive it is to move things from one house to another, especially when you have a lot of possessions? Oh, right. I suppose I didn't think that through very well, but I sent it back, so what's the big deal? So what if I sent them away? I don't want you here. Huh? But it is a big deal. You knew that I was coming today, so you thought it would be funny to sabotage that? Why are you being like this, Zena? Well, I don't get why you're being like this when it doesn't matter to me what happens, okay? It shouldn't matter to you, all right? Stop taking it so seriously. I wonder why you keep going on and on about this to me. You need to stop repeating yourself. I've told you already not to come to my house. Why is a woman like you, who's ruined her marriage, wanting to come back to a newly constructed home? Are you wanting something? There's no point in letting you move into our newly built house when we're trying to enjoy it. Stop trying to ruin everything. But it obviously does matter to you because you made the movers go away and send my stuff back. I think I can repeat myself if you haven't gotten a good enough answer. How is you sabotaging me from moving in got nothing to do with you, Zena? My stuff, it's not there. You're going too far with this, Zena. Don't you realize which one is worse? I think you trying to interfere with me and my husband's life is worse than your stuff being sent away. You may think it's your parents' house, but not anymore. Look, Kurt doesn't care about you, all right? He doesn't want you here either. So, how does that feel, Francine, to be abandoned by your brother and the rest of your family, huh? He is my husband, after all. That's not the problem here, Xena. First of all, I don't believe anything you're telling me, and second of all, you don't just move my stuff without my permission. Well, aren't you the one who's trying to move back in and take over my house without my permission? It goes both ways, you know. You've got some nerve. I'm not even being that audacious, Xena. I've got every right to return home because that's where my parents are. I made sure to consult them about it as well. So what? I'm still not going to allow this. There's no point in talking to your family about it. Once again, this house is mine. It's not your parents' house. Did you forget that my husband bought this house? This is not a good place for a divorced woman to live in. You're not welcome here. Go away.
You know what? I've had enough of this crap. How about you go away, Xena? How do you like that being said to you?
Huh? What the heck are you talking about? You can cut it out now. Who do you think you are saying something like that to me? Kurt will get really angry at you for saying that to me. Did you forget that I'm his wife and he always takes my side?
That's why I'm the one telling you, Xena. Francine isn't the one who shouldn't be allowed in the house. It's you, Xena.
What the heck is going on here? Why on earth are you talking to me like this? Why am I the one being asked to leave?
I thought that you said that you were going to help Francine prepare for her move. But no, you had to create drama. I may not have heard what you've been saying this morning, but I know you've said stuff to Francine. You hardly listen to me anymore. So I came to see Francine to see what was going on with her. I thought that she was just running behind, but nope. I saw all of your messages, Xena.
Whoa, now just hang on a minute. Francine, what is this? Is this some kind of prank you're pulling? Whatever you're doing, you can stop now.
I'm not fooling around here, Xena. There's no point doing that. It's me, Kurt, your husband who will soon become your ex-husband.
Huh? Is this actually you, Kurt? Why are you talking to me like this? Ex-husband? You're kidding me, right?
I've got no reason to kid around, Xena. It's like I said before, I'll be your ex-husband. I can no longer tolerate your behavior towards my sister. But there have been more issues before this took place. You need to leave, Xena. I'll contact the moving company and apologize for the mishap. I don't want you involved with any of my family anymore. You need to get your things, leave the house, and disappear.
Hey, just hold on a second, Kurt. What are you saying? You're not seriously kicking me out of my own home, are you? I'm your wife. Are you seriously taking sides with your sister rather than your cute, adorable wife? Is this really happening right now? How am I supposed to feel?
How are you supposed to feel? Since when were you expressing any feelings in this situation, Xena? Have you ever thought about how I'd feel about this whole dilemma?
Huh? What are you even talking about, Kurt? Would you quit confusing me so much, please? It's hurting my brain.
I've had enough of this. It's weird talking to you through my own sister's phone. I'm gonna give Francine's phone back to her. I'll talk to you directly with my phone. You really need to leave my sister alone, so quit bothering her this instant.
Hi, Kurt. Is everything okay? I'm pretty much done with all the moving, I think. Has Xena calmed down about everything?
Yeah, hi, Francine. Look, I'm really sorry about what happened earlier. I can't believe she's acting like this toward you. It was such a weird thing to see.
Yeah, you seemed pretty mad. I didn't realize how much you two really didn't get along. It was kind of crazy what happened this morning.
Yeah, it's been such a weird day. But you saw what happened earlier, so you can tell we were fighting. But this is my parents' house, so you're free to live with us, Francine. I'm pretty sure that Xena has decided to leave the house, even though she was the one who took things too far.
I guess she doesn't seem to get that this is a family home and not just her own house because you rebuilt it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's my house and your house as well. You should be allowed to come back, but I do regret that I should have taken action sooner on this. I didn't deal with the situation properly, and I didn't think it would get so out of control. I feel so bad about this, and you've been having a hard time of it too.
No, you're fine, Kurt. Everything you did was fine, and it's okay. But yeah, what she did was kind of unexpected. She went way too far. But I never thought that you would kick your own wife out of the house. She seemed like such a confident person, and I thought that you were happy together.
But that's the thing, we were happy together. Francine, I really believed that we were. But then she goes and betrays me.
Huh? She betrayed you? What do you mean by that, Kurt? What are you talking about? This is all your fault, you stupid girl. It's because of you that I've been kicked out of this house. Why were you even showing your messages to Kurt? You know that what I messaged to you should stay between us, right? This can't possibly be happening right now. What have I ever done to you? Don't turn around and say I'm the bad guy, all right? Because I'm not. I was kicked out and now I'm supposed to be getting a divorce? I don't even have a home anymore. This is the worst thing I've ever experienced. This is all your fault, Francine. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Since when is any of this my fault? I just wanted to move back home with no hassle, Zena. You know that, right? You say all of this, but whose fault is it really? Considering you're the one who's been cheating on my brother. Wait, what? Are you telling me that my husband said I was having an affair? What the heck are you even talking about, Francine? Well, you're the one who knows best about the situation, right? So why are you playing the I don't know card right now, Zena? You told me that you had a happy life with my brother and the rest of my family. Was that all a lie? Is this the reason why you wanted me to stay away? That I would find out what you did to my brother and my family? All I wanted was to move back into their house and save money for a home of my own, Zena. I guess you didn't want us to know about your cheating, did you? Well, my brother knows everything. You're not being as subtle as you think you are. Okay, you really have some cheek when it comes to accusing me of cheating. What the heck are you talking about, Francine? I've done no such thing. I'm trying to take care of my family by making sure that you don't move back in. You really think that you can just change the subject? Are you kidding me? Even though you say this, there's nothing more that you can do now. My brother knows about everything that you've been doing behind his back, and of course I believe Kurt over you, Zena. I don't know what else I can say, and whatever you say next has nothing to do with me moving in. You're just trying to deviate the attention of this from you to me. That's not it at all, you stupid woman. Don't you get that this is all your fault? I wouldn't have been kicked out if it wasn't from you running to your brother. But don't you get that it's not my fault because you betrayed Kurt? Even before I decided to move in, he had mixed feelings about staying with you. Huh? Are you kidding me? He actually told you that? That he was thinking of leaving me before you moved into this house? Well, isn't that what my brother was trying to tell you in the first place? You made him so angry and hurt, and he never gets like that with other people. You know, to make my brother really mad, Zena, it's quite something. I don't think any other woman has made him this angry before. I guess I was a little bit surprised that Kurt was so angry at me. I haven't seen him like that before. He wouldn't have been like this if you just kept your mouth shut, Francine. We would have still been happy and continuing on with our lives if it wasn't for you. You just hate seeing couples happy, don't you? Happy? Are you serious? What an absolute joke, Zena. You're only happy because you've been embezzling my family's money. My parents' money and my brother's money. You're just playing around and spending it on your cheating partner, aren't you, Zena? Just tell the truth for once. That must have made you so happy to do that to my family and my brother. Do you have no shame, Zena? You really are the worst person I've ever met. You really need to shut up now, Francine, before I come over there and show you a piece of my mind. What would you know about the situation? Well, I can tell you that I can't understand people like you who cheat on people that are trying to love you. My ex-husband was also like this. That's why we got divorced. Huh? Are you for real? Your husband cheated on you. Is that why you asked for a divorce? Are you sure you're not overreacting? Are you kidding me right now, Zena? Of course I'm not overreacting. You looked down on me because I turned around and abandoned my husband. When in reality, he gave up on me a long time ago. He made fun of me and he constantly yelled insults at me. But I took everything he threw at me when I shouldn't have. People who cheat are nothing but trash, and he was trash to me. I never thought that my brother's own wife would cheat and create so much havoc within our family. My brother and I are in a very similar position. We can never forgive people for cheating on us. I won't with my ex-husband, and Kurt won't either with you. You don't deserve forgiveness, Zena. Okay, Francine, just hold on a second there, okay? You need to calm down and not take this so seriously, all right? Does this really mean if things continue like this, we'll be getting divorced? Where am I supposed to live if Kurt's going to get a divorce from me? I don't even have a job, so how can I pay rent for somewhere? How am I supposed to live if I don't have a job to buy food, pay bills, and just in general live a life? What am I supposed to do, Francine? Don't ask me, lady. You should be able to answer those questions yourself, okay? Are you stupid or something? Do you not have any thoughts in your head? I'm going back to my parents' house today, but I do wish that I didn't have to see you. I don't think I want to see you ever again, so don't bother me with your crap, Zena. You tell me this is all my fault? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror, Zena? It really is all your fault that all of this has happened. You continue to blame me for your actions, and now it's just getting annoying. It was you who betrayed my brother and caused trouble at my parents' house. I hope that my brother doesn't mess around with the divorce proceedings because you need to leave and get out of my sight. You know, I'm never going to forgive you for acting like this towards me. How dare you talk to me like this? Your family are all crazy. What the heck are you talking about? Do you still have a grudge against me even though you're the one in the wrong? Are you being serious right now, Zena? It's definitely your fault that this is all unfolded. If you just kept your mouth shut, nothing would have been unveiled, and I would still be in this house, and you wouldn't... I'll never forgive you for this. If you want me to forgive you for what you've done, you'll tell Kurt to not give me a divorce. I mean it. He'll feel my wrath if he tries to submit anything to the courthouse. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You make no sense, and you're so delusional, Zena. There's no point me telling him what to do. My brother has made up his mind and he's going to divorce no matter how you feel about it. You've got no right to turn around and say what you did. If you wanted to hear my opinion about this, I'd say that he's making the best decision of his life in divorcing you for cheating on him. Why on earth would you say something like that? I've never asked for your opinion, you little toad. Are you even human? Don't you have a heart? I can say whatever I like to you, Zena. Don't you know that? You're the one who's betrayed my brother's trust. He's done nothing but try to love you, and this is how you repay him? This conversation is really not getting anywhere, and I really can't deal with any more of the weird things you're saying about me and my family. If you'll excuse me, I've got some things to do, and I don't want any more interruptions from you, Zena. Leave me alone, all right? You've made an absolute fool out of me, and then you go and support your brother in divorcing me? This is an outrage. I'll never forgive you for this betrayal against your sister-in-law. You're going to live to regret this, Francine. I'll get my revenge on you, your brother, and the rest of your family. You'll wish you'd never been born. Are you seriously threatening me right now? I'm not making a fool out of you. You're doing that to yourself. How about you come back to reality, Zena? Now, if you can just let me go and do what I need to do, that would be great. You are such a nuisance. You're really a pain in the backside, Zena. I am so done with this talk. I don't think I'll ever want to see you again. Don't even think about coming over to this house while I'm here. Please, just do your best with the rest of your life now.
I'm sorry, I just got your message. Is everything okay? Mom was getting worried about you. This whole thing is a complete nightmare.
Yes, I'm fine, Kurt. I knew that at some point Zena would try and contact me. I don't know if she's all right. I think she's lost the plot.
Oh yeah, I heard about the conversation she was having with you. She really has some nerve, doesn't she? I never thought she would do something like this. Are you okay, though? Are you safe? She hasn't gotten to you, has she? I honestly don't know what she's capable of these days.
Yeah, I'm okay. I feel pretty confident in how I handled myself with her. It seems like Zena's saying and doing some really stupid things, though. I'm sorry, but I really think that we should file a harassment complaint about her. Is that a good idea? Can I do that? She's been threatening me and our family.
No, of course, I don't blame you for wanting to do that. She's being so horrible. Considering what she said and did to you, I wouldn't let her get away with anything. Would you like me to also file a complaint as well? Maybe we could go to the courthouse and get some sort of order against her so she can't approach us?
I think that would be a wise idea. I definitely wouldn't want to underestimate her anger right now, but it's better safe than sorry. If she tries to contact us again, do you think she'll still push to try and get back together with you? It really looks like it's going to be such a hassle for a while. If you don't mind me doing so, I'd like to take responsibility for dealing with this whole mess. You've done so much for me, and I think I need to repay the favor.
Really? Are you sure about that, Francine? If she keeps saying anything threatening or anything like that, please just call me anytime and we'll do something.
Okay, good to know. I'll do my best to not let myself get into any trouble. Hopefully this will all be over sooner rather than later. Hello there, Zena. Is now a good time to talk to you? We need to settle things once and for all, okay? I understand what happened before. I assume you were trying to attack me, but you missed and went tumbling down the stairs. Did you break some bones? You must feel so bad. I'm never going to forgive you for doing this to me. You were right there and you didn't stop my fall. How could you be like that towards me? Were you wanting me to get hurt? Is that it? You wanted to see me in a lot of pain and agony, didn't you, you horrible woman? I hate your guts. Don't you think that it's your fault that you got hurt, considering that you were the one who was trying to attack me? You were the one trying to hit me with a bat, were you not? There were other people there that witnessed the incident, so I asked them what they saw from their point of view. It seemed like you were planning to hurt me because I told you to leave us alone, weren't you? You hit me while I was on the stairs. So is that the kind of outcome you were thinking of, Zena? So what were you planning to do if you had actually injured me, huh? I warned you. I wanted you to take me back to that house. I thought if I hit you and threatened you, you would listen to me. I never thought that you'd try and defend yourself and fight me off so much. You're a horrible person who deserves to be hurt. I didn't hit you back, Zena. I was trying to avoid the bat and all the punches you were trying to swing. I was just ducking out of the way. I could feel your presence and you sounded really mad, so I was just trying to avoid everything you wanted to do to me, all right? Well, because of that stupid little dodge you made, I ended up breaking my leg. I fell down the stairs and it's all your fault. If you just stood still, I wouldn't be in this position. Why should it be that I let myself get injured by you, Zena? It's a human instinct that if you notice something that's not right, you avoid it. Quit blaming others for your actions, Zena. Isn't it about time that you stop doing this to me and my family? Stop trying to come back and abuse us when we want nothing to do with you. It honestly hurts to watch you try and weasel your way back into our lives. It's stupid, really, especially now that you're classed as a criminal. What on earth are you talking about, a criminal? How can I be a criminal? What's that supposed to mean, you imbecile? Of course I went and filed a complaint against your actions towards me, Zena. What you did was attempted assault, right? That's a crime. If you had actually hit me, it would have been me who'd fallen down the stairs, and things could have been much worse. There were witnesses present, Zena. There's no way that you're going to get away with this. It's over. You're done. You'll have a criminal record soon enough. You're making all of this up. All the things you think I'm doing are all in your head. I didn't do anything at all right? No matter what way you think about it, I'm the victim, okay? I was the one in the situation that actually got hurt. Don't you even want to acknowledge it? I should be the one going to the police about you. Well, yes, you got injured, but it was out of your own doing, considering I was trying to avoid the blows you were making in my direction. It might have been difficult to file a complaint against you if I didn't have any witnesses to the crime, but I'm glad I did so you don't bother us anymore. There were multiple people who saw you trying to hit me, Zena. That's why the police were called, all right? But I don't get why, considering I was the one who ultimately got hurt and fell down the stairs. People obviously saw that, right? That's not the issue. That doesn't matter anymore. What I'm saying is what you actually tried to do to me. Don't bother trying to hurt me anymore. What you should have done is walked away quietly, gone and looked for a place to live and a job to earn you money. But I guess you took it one step too far now. It's already too late. All I want to happen is to return to the house that I'm supposed to live in with my husband. I just want to be with Kurt. If you hadn't come over, everything would be fine. This isn't my fault. What are you talking about, Zena? Cut the crap. You're honestly so crazy. By the way, I'm leaving the house soon because I found somewhere else to live. Huh? You're moving out already? But you've hardly been at that house for that long, right? So, since you won't be there, I can move back. What? No, you can't. Kurt is filing for divorce. That house doesn't belong to you. Are you stupid? It's been finalized. There's no way he's letting you back in. You need to help me, okay? You ruined everything, so you need to fix it, all right? You fix what you broke. Please, I'm begging you, Francine. There is no way I'd help a cheater like you fix anything. You brought this all on yourself. There's absolutely no way you're getting anywhere near my brother or my family. You're going to stay away from us and never come around here again. We never want to see you again. If you try anything else, I'll call the police. I hope that you get your own life sorted and not ruin any more lives in the process. Have fun trying to find a house and a job. You're going to need all the luck in the world to do that. Francine moved out of her parents' home once she had signed the contract for her new house. She's since resumed her independent life. Rumor has it that Zena borrowed money from her parents. That's so that she could pay back Kurt for the money she was using during her affair. Now she's working and paying back the money to her parents that she was lent. Maybe the words Francine said to Zena might have sunk in after all. She's slowly paying back the debt she owes and is now living a miserable divorced life. Kurt is hoping to find someone better suited to him. Until then, he'll take it easy and not rush anything.
You're such an embarrassment to the family. Get out right now and don't come back.
Wait a sec. Give me one more chance. I promise I'll pass next time.
Our family has never failed an exam before. You are the first one who didn't get into medical school on the first try. It has been ages since I felt this humiliated. Do you know how much money we spent on you?
I'm really sorry about that, but...
Oh, stop making excuses. The medical field is always a one-shot deal. I have always told you that.
I thought I understood that.
You've lost your last chance. We can't keep someone like you in this house. We don't have time to raise losers. Get out.
You really mean that? I'm your daughter. That's so cruel.
One daughter. Anna is enough for me. Learn from her. She passed with top grades on the first try. She's always been hardworking, unlike you.
I know she's amazing, but I tried my best too.
Whatever, we don't need you. Pack your things when you come back home and leave. Your sister will focus better without you around. You just drag everyone down.
Fine, I'll leave. So, we're done as a family?
Obviously. I never want to see you again. Enjoy your failed life. Goodbye.
Is that what a mother says to her daughter? You're awful.
You really got kicked out?
Yeah! Finally, I'm free. It sucked not getting into med school. But I'll take it if it means I don't have to deal with Mom anymore.
Lucky you. I want to get out of here too.
When are you planning to move out?
Trying to save up and live on my own. But school's so busy. It's tough.
Yeah, med school's intense. Can't you ask Mom and Dad for help?
They're against me moving out. I'm not listening to them. But I doubt they'll help.
I'm not the favorite, so it was easy to leave. Mom even kicked me out.
Don't sweat it. Being the perfect daughter is stressful too. You're still going for med school, right?
Yep. I'm gonna try again on my own.
Your life's just starting. Almost everyone fails med school once. I got in on the first try. But maybe I'm just a genius.
Wow. That's so mean.
Don't forget, this meanie is your only ally. Let me know when you find a place. I'll come visit.
Yeah, thanks.
I didn't do anything to be thanked for. I'm working hard to move out too.
Yeah, I'm cheering for you.
Hey, what are you doing here? You failed med school and got kicked out of the family. So why are you crashing Anna's wedding?
Wow, you remember me. That's surprising.
Of course I do. You're the scruffiest person here. No one else could look this shabby. Only you, the daughter I disowned, can pull it off.
Even after 10 years, you're still the same. People don't change easily, huh? It's sad, really.
You still reek of failure just like 10 years ago. How did you even sneak in here? This is Anna's wedding. You, the disowned daughter, don't belong here.
I was officially invited. What's wrong with me being here?
Oh, stop lying. No one would invite you. Do you even know who she's marrying?
Not really. Who is it?
He's the son of the director at the biggest university hospital in town. A promising young doctor. Impressive, right?
That's cool, but so what?
So, a lot of important people from that circle are here. I told you 10 years ago, someone like you affects everyone negatively.
So you're telling me to leave? Hate to break it to you, but I was officially invited. Like I said, I checked in at the reception, so I have every right to be here.
If you keep this up, I'll call security. I'll tell them there's an intruder sneaking into the wedding.
Go ahead, call them. But are you sure? Causing a scene here would bother the groom's family and guests. But what do I know, right? I'm a loser, right?
You're really infuriating. The only one causing trouble is you sneaking in.
Whatever. I'll stay out of the way, so don't worry. Let's just not bother each other. It's better for both of us.
You're so arrogant for a loser.
I don't care what you say.
Your dad and I have always been fed up with you. Don't make us more miserable. And don't ruin this for Anna.
You cut ties with me, so we're basically strangers. Why are you even talking to me? Just leave me alone. I am here and not going anywhere.
We're an elite family. You're nothing. If you're upset, you should have worked harder and gotten into med school. What do you do now? A temp job?
You don't know anything, do you?
Huh?
Well, it's been 10 years, so I guess that's understandable. I thought maybe Anna told you something, but I guess not.
Oh, what are you talking about? What don't I know?
I'm married.
Huh? So what? You probably married a loser. Is he here with you?
Of course. We were both invited.
No way anyone invited your husband. Poor thing, you've lost it.
Then let me introduce you to my husband. I'll send him over to you.
No need. Wait. What is going on? Your husband is...
Yep. I'm married to the groom's brother. That's why I said I was officially invited.
I don't know anything about this. You're just bluffing. There's no way I wouldn't know.
He's been working at a hospital overseas for a while. Even Mom is meeting him for the first time at this wedding. And I try to keep it from you as much as possible. So it's not surprising you didn't know.
Kept it from me? Why would you do that?
I don't want anything to do with you. I hoped I'd never have to see you again. But when I heard my husband's brother was marrying your daughter, I was shocked.
So it's a complete coincidence?
Yep.
I can't believe the groom's brother's wife is you. So you're giving a speech today?
So you knew that. Yeah, I'm giving a speech today. After all, I'm both the groom's sister-in-law and the bride's sister.
I need to wrap my head around this. Did Anna know about this?
Of course. She knew from the start.
From the start? But you were kicked out of the family. How do you know what Anna's been up to?
How?
I got it. You've been secretly keeping tabs on her, right?
Huh?
You found out she was dating your husband's brother and married him first. What's your game? That's so sneaky.
I didn't do that. Your crazy ideas never cease to amaze me. You are a terrible mother.
That's the only thing that makes sense. You were kicked out of the family.
She's my sister. Reality check, we've always been close. You and Dad cut ties with me, but we'd never cut ties with each other. And we've been meeting regularly for the past 10 years.
I never knew you and Anna's relationship was so close. It sounds like a joke. She probably thinks you're a mess too.
She actually said that?
No, but I bet she thought it. I can tell.
Why is she still hanging with you? A total mess.
Anna, what's up with this? Why didn't you spill the beans about Dakota, your hubby's bro's wife?
She made me swear not to say. Didn't want any drama before the big day.
So you're tight with her. What's the deal?
She's my sis. I was more bummed about you guys kicking her out over flunking med school once.
Huh? She's been a flop since forever. She's so cringe, don't you think?
I never once thought that about her. Mom, you're seriously messed up. You've always felt that way about her? I feel sorry for her.
You must have felt that way too, right?
I never thought that. Don't impose your beliefs on me. You just want me to think like you. I'm supposed to be your pride and joy. So you want me to share your views. I'm tired of your mindset.
You feel that way.
I hate you guys. That's why a few months after Dakota got kicked out, I left too.
Really?
You know it was her idea to invite you to my wedding. I was against it. There's some truth for you.
Her idea? What are you talking about?
Anyway, that's how it is. Today's the last time we'll ever see each other.
Hold up. Is this some kind of joke? I mean, if you hated me and Dad so much, you could have cut ties with us when you moved out, right? But you didn't, which means you still care. You even still visit.
That's not true. I was just in it for the allowance. I came home for some pocket money.
Huh? I never knew you were that much of a jerk.
What do you mean? You display the same behavior. Like mother, like daughter.
What was that speech all about?
What do you mean? I was just talking about my memories with my family.
You shouldn't talk about me and your dad like that. You made us look like fools.
I was just stating facts. If you think that's shameful, then what you guys did is shameful.
Stop kidding. That's not what happened at all.
You've always labeled me as a failure. You kicked me out for failing med school. Constantly insulted me, calling me a loser. Everything I said was true.
That's just family matters, though. That should be kept between family.
Family matters? What family are you talking about? Wasn't I disowned? I am free, and I am also free to do and speak as I want.
But there is no context.
The context is that you are a terrible mother. And even Anna can confirm it's all true.
So this is what the two of you are planning and scheming? It's really tasteless to humiliate Dad and me in public like that.
Calling your own daughter a failure or a loser is tasteless too. And you say that we have bad personalities? Well, you raised us, so...
You two are tag teaming me. This is the worst. Our reputation is ruined. Even the groom side is looking at us with suspicion.
You reap what you sow. You should reflect on that.
What's wrong with me calling you a loser? It's true, isn't it? You're still not doing anything worthwhile, are you? You just married a doctor and rode off into the sunset.
Well, I'm a doctor too.
Huh?
You didn't know that either? My husband and I met because of that.
You became a doctor since when?
Yeah, I studied hard, passed the med school exams, and worked my way up to become a doctor. There's nothing left for you to say to me now. And judging someone's worth by their profession isn't cool either.
I was wrong. Calling you a failure, that was wrong. I'm really sorry. It was all tough love, you know?
What I want you to understand isn't about that. If I hadn't become a doctor, I think you would have kept insulting me.
I get that, but...
You need to reflect on that. And I'm never going to forgive you. From now on, stay away from me and Anna.
Wait a sec. Okay, I get it. I'll reflect. Please, forgive me.
Not happening. I've made up my mind.
Please! If things continue like this, your dad and I won't be able to live without your trust. Is that okay with you? Are you abandoning us?
You're the one who cut ties with the family, remember?
Oh, don't be mean. I'll be a better mom next time.
You didn't give me a chance, so I'm doing the same. Anna! Congrats again on today. Sorry for all the drama.
I had a blast. I bet they learned their lesson. Serves them right. Especially Mom.
Cutting ties with Mom and Dad made it so the groom's family couldn't be involved with them either. If something like this happened in a gathering full of medical professionals, it would ruin them. It's gonna be tough for those two to continue as doctors.
They're just employees anyway. They're in for a rough ride ahead. Meh, I don't care. I'm never seeing them again.
Come to think of it, why didn't you cut ties with them? You said you wanted their financial support, but deep down, did you really care about them?
Honestly, it was just too much hassle.
What do you mean?
Cutting off family ties and all that seemed like too much trouble. If I got kicked out like you, it would have been easier to cut ties smoothly. And I needed the extra funds as well.
I see. That's so you.
Speaking of impressive, what about you? After getting kicked out, you studied hard, aced medical school, and even graduated top of your class. That's something else. I could never do that.
I just happen to be a genius, that's all. Their mother and father was kicked out of the venue. They also ended up gaining a bad reputation due to the incident. Furthermore, several nurses who worked under them accused them of inappropriate behavior within the hospital. It's surprising to hear that they not only looked down on their subordinates and staff, but also verbally abused patients. In the end, they couldn't work in the medical field anymore and disappeared from town, paying compensation to the nurses. They're probably living the humble life they once looked down upon now. By the way, Anna and I are still on good terms. The four of us, who married as siblings, are happily living together. Since we're all doctors, we hardly get any time off. But when we do meet up, it feels like hanging out with a group of friends.
You're due to give birth soon, right? You're going back to your parents' place to give birth, right? Does that mean you're leaving your husband behind? Can he handle the housework?
Yeah, that's right. I'm leaving him behind. He's an adult. It's not about whether he can do housework. It's about whether he will do it or not.
What? You're his wife, right? Making your husband do the housework is terrible. Your behavior is just unacceptable.
I'm his wife, not his maid. So it's only fair that whoever can do the housework does it. Women aren't born with a special ability to do housework. And besides, why don't you focus on your own shit and stop worrying about my life?
You should have had that kind of mindset before you married my brother. You're saying that my brother is lazy, right? Telling him to do the housework is probably impossible for him. He always used to rely on our mom when it came to housework, and that's just how it was in our family.
The past is the past, and now is now. I'm risking my life to give birth. If my grown husband can't even take care of himself, how can he be a father to our child? He needs to realize that he's not a kid anymore.
You should talk to my brother about that. It seems he's really unhappy with you, and that's why he's contacted me. He asked me to do the housework in your stead. So, you should pay me for that. After all, I'll be doing the housework for you.
Huh? What? You sound crazy. Jake can call you if he wants, but it's because he wants you to take care of him. He should be the one paying for that, not me. He just doesn't want to do any type of work. You two figure it out.
What? You're the one choosing to go back to your parents' place to give birth and skip out on housework. You should be the one paying for me doing the housework.
You think I'm going back to my parents' place just because I want to? Whose child do you think I'm having? Jake is welcome to go through childbirth instead of me if he wants.
How's a man supposed to give birth? You're really an idiot, aren't you?
He can't do it, right? That's why I'm the one risking my life to have the baby. So why can't a healthy adult man take care of himself? He's always lounging around the house. He can at least take care of himself while I'm not there. Your brother is just lazy. Plus, housework isn't that hard. It's not that serious.
Oh, I see. That explains why my brother is having such a hard time. You can't even take care of your own husband. You're not much of a wife, are you?
Why do I have to treat my husband like a child when we're about to have a baby? We both work, but I'm the one who does most of the housework. He should be the one thanking me.
That's how our family is. The father is the breadwinner, so he gets to relax when he's at home. You're married into this family knowing that, so you need to follow our way.
This is ridiculous. I'm done talking to you. You'll see how lazy he can be sooner or later. I'll do what I want, so you do the same. If you need money, ask your brother for it. See ya.
You know what? Don't bother coming back anymore. There's no place for you to come back to.
Huh? Cut it out with this nonsense already. I'm exhausted from giving birth, you know. There's a baby to take care of, and I want to start setting up our new life. This kind of conversation stresses me out.
While you're away, I tossed out all your stuff. There's no place for you to come back to. Big Bro's totally on board with it, and you can stay at your parents' house forever.
I don't believe you. I'll call my husband.
Of course you can ask him too. And you know what? This house is spacious and super comfy to live in. From now on, I'm gonna live here too. I even invited my boyfriend over. Seriously happy vibes.
Oh, really? Got it. All right, I'll do that.
Yes, and while you're at it, please file for divorce. After all, my brother is always complaining about you, right? And you've been handed divorce papers several times, haven't you? But it seems like you keep throwing a fit because you don't want to break up. You act all high and mighty, saying you can live without your husband, yet you don't even do house chores properly. Shame.
Wow. So you've been hearing all this from him? It's all a lie, you know. You believe everything he says? Poor you.
Of course I believe him. My brother's been enjoying life a lot more without you nagging around every day. He seems so happy now. He'll be just fine without you from now on.
All right, I'm done with the both of you. I've got the divorce papers from him, and I'll just go ahead and submit them. The rest is up to you, miserable two.
Yay! Well, bye-bye then.
Bye.
So I heard you got all bent out of shape because of what my sister said, huh? She said you were talking about divorcing me, right?
You two are really so much alike, huh? Anyway, don't you remember wanting to?
Wow, it was true. You're really sulking, huh? My sister Samantha is a good one. She takes care of me without complaining, you know? You should learn from her too. You're a woman, so just quietly handle the housework, okay?
I'm done with guys like that who have no morals, acting all high and mighty when they can't do anything for themselves.
Huh? Seriously? You can't say stuff like that. You shouldn't be so mouthy, seriously.
You were probably just having a blast, fooling around as you pleased even during the birth of your son, right? You were just enjoying yourself while I wasn't around. Just continue to have your fun while you and your sister get along.
I can't even believe that I bothered to reach out to you. I wanted to check in on the baby, but now I could care less. Don't bother coming back.
I get it. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and submit the divorce papers you sent.
Yeah, that's fine. Just do whatever, you bitch.
What the hell did you just call me? You are not the one to be talking. You're a childish narcissist and a slob.
Huh? What are you accusing me of doing? Anyway, I'm a guy, and you have no right to complain about anything that I do.
That might be your personal rule, but society doesn't buy into that. Your mindset is outdated, and those sound like lines from someone who's really narcissistic and childish.
Jeez, you're really annoying. You know that? Are you even more annoying than usual because of postpartum hormones or something? Anyway, just shut up, you ass.
I'm a strong mom now, so you better be prepared to deal with it.
Hey, what's going on? He's such an unbelievable jerk. He doesn't work much, so he's always broke, and on top of that, he doesn't even do any housework. He even takes the money I earn from my part-time job. What's wrong with him?
Huh? Who are you? What are you talking about?
Huh? Don't play dumb with me. It's your sister-in-law, Sammy.
I'm divorced and I don't have a sister-in-law. I'm busy and I don't want to waste my time with either of you.
Stop pretending you don't know. Do something about him.
I find this amusing. I can picture you panicking. Well, fine, just for today. I'll entertain your complaints a bit. And finally realized his true colors, huh? And that's what I told you, right? I warned you about him, but you ignored me. He's a bad guy. I figured it was only a matter of time before you saw through him. You're a pitiful one.
He's just a gambling-addicted loser. I wish he'd at least work or do some housework. Why does he act so high and mighty when he doesn't do anything?
But didn't you say your family accepts the traditional patriarchal attitude where men don't have to do housework? Men don't have to do housework, right? You said something like that before, didn't you?
This ain't the time for that. His arrogant attitude is just unbelievable. And he's casually spending my money, too. At first I said he'd pay it back right away, so I didn't mind much. But when does he even work? All he does is gamble.
Are you finally getting a taste of my struggles? I cannot lie and say that I do not enjoy this. You were so disrespectful to me, and now look at you. What goes around truly comes around.
I guess so. We got an eviction notice, I don't know why, and things have not been the best here.
Huh? Use your brain and think for a sec. Seems like your brother isn't working much, blowing money on gambling and not doing any housework at home. So here's a question for you. Do you think a guy like that could afford the rent?
Wait, are you saying you were the one paying the rent?
Who do you think was paying for the rent? A tough one for you to learn, huh?
Wait a sec. Were you the one paying the rent? Were you covering all of the living expenses?
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, we have a winner. Congrats. Your brother, the jerk, wins the prize. Have fun living with him. You're losing the house, but find a new one to live in. I'm sure you two will be all right.
Seriously?
Yours and his life means nothing to me anymore. I'm divorced from your brother, so we have nothing to do with each other. So seeing you, who's stuck with your greedy brother, acting all weird, just cracks me up.
You've made your point. How about you take him back? You two have a child after all. Think about the baby.
Who's gonna take in such a money-draining, unnecessary person? He's your beloved big brother, right? He kicked me out and said he lived happily with you. He got rid of the nagging wife who complained about housework, and now you're working like a maid for him, right? All for your dear brother. Well, everyone seems happy, so that's all that matters, right?
I'm far from happy. I pay for everything, do all the chores, then go to work exhausted. And he's off blowing the money I worked so hard for on slot machines. I can't deal with him anymore.
You took him in once, so figure it out for yourself now. I'm out of this mess. Your life is none of my business anymore. This is just karma. You ignored me, didn't listen to my warnings. I hate dumb people. Leave me alone.
Don't say that, please. I'm begging you, help me. I'm on the verge of collapsing as it is. I'm already falling apart both mentally and physically. How did you manage to get by in this situation?
I was just working my butt off, plus I'm efficient, so I handled both work and chores. What other way is there to make it work with a guy like that?
Seriously? How can anyone live with such a guy? And we're about to be kicked out of the house. What do we do? Please, can't you rent another place for just a while? We have nowhere to go.
Why do I have to do that? You were the one who said we should divorce, and our brother agreed to this. So I officially filed for divorce. Now I'm happily living with my parents and receiving their help. If it weren't for my parents, I would have ended up having to take care of the baby all by myself.
Look, you have your parents to rely on, right? My parents are useless. They'll never help out with grown-up children, so you're the only one I can count on.
You want to rely on me? Stop being so needy. Don't count on me for anything. I'm not here to be your crutch. It's annoying. You've been mocking and looking down on me all this time. Now you want to use me? Get real.
I didn't say all that. Just asking for a little help, you know?
Funny how you come asking for help from me. Can't even imagine it. Actually, it's you guys who owe me money. I won't give you a single cent. It's all on him to pay up along with some compensation. I'll be demanding compensation soon.
Huh? Compensation? For what? What are you talking about?
Your bro turned out to be a real scumbag. He wasn't working, he was playing with other people's money, and now he's even seeing other women. Think about it. Well, maybe you can't understand. He's a mama's boy.
Seriously? That's like messed up no matter how you slice it. I don't know what his reasons were.
Reasons? There aren't any. If there were, it's probably because he was bored or something. But then he should have just gotten a job, right? I'm disappointed and feel sorry for him as a person, but it's beyond me, really.
Yeah, that's true, but if he gets hit with a compensation claim, he's screwed, you know?
I don't know and I don't care. I've helped him out in his life plenty of times. And what does he do? Stab me in the back. Why should I be nice to a guy like that? I wish he'd just disappear already.
I get that, but think about it. If we get kicked out of here, we'll have nowhere to go. There's no way we can earn money to pay compensation.
So it's all about you guys, huh? How long do you think you can keep getting your own way? Wake up already. You two are a pair of spoiled brats. You're both healthy, so go out there and earn your keep. Stop with the excuses. Be responsible for your own actions like adults.
Hold on a sec. Aren't you acting a bit out of character? Calm down, sis. Hear me out.
Huh? I already told you I'm not your sis-in-law anymore. You were the one telling me to divorce your brother, but now you come crying to me when you're in trouble. Don't send me more pathetic text. It's annoying. You never even called me sis before, did you? You're a mess. This is the bed you made, so lie in it.
I never thought you'd be so cold, and that my brother would turn out to be such a jerk. I always believed whatever my brother said because I looked up to him all the time. Living in that big house made me feel big too. I'm just asking for a little bit of help.
I don't want to hear your opinion. I've had enough of your excuses and opinions. Get out of that house. It doesn't suit you. Start working. If you got time to complain, then you have time to work and earn some money. Stop relying on others. You guys are seriously messed up. Rot in hell. I ended up losing it and blowing up at Samantha and my ex-husband, Jake. After that, Samantha never asked me for anything again. Instead, she started giving her brother Jake a piece of her mind, telling him to get off his butt and work. She tightened up on the money management, and Jake reluctantly started working too. I've got solid evidence of Jake's cheating, and I filed for a hefty amount of compensation as well as child support. All of this is being handled through lawyers. I no longer need to deal with those siblings. I was debating whether to split from him after giving birth, and Samantha provided the push I needed. I'm grateful this opportunity came my way.